Move on.
Whether I have influenced, facilitated the payment of any service provider, in particular Gubis 85 Solution Ltd. I have not influenced the payment of any company, including Gubis 85. I attach herein the source of the complaint, which is reflected in the trail of emails from February 25, marked as Annexure F. My involvement in the case of Gubis 85 Solution and others came later following the request by the CFO concerning the outstanding invoices, which were due for a period of 6 months. See Annexure G, the spreadsheet of those invoices. Furthermore, I should indicate that prior to the receipt of the request by the CFO, I dealt with another request which came on the 28th February 25 from various service providers. See attached WhatsApp communication from the management group marked as Annexure H.
Commissioner, before we go to the next page, you had made reference to 3 documents, Annexure F, G, and H. Can we start with Annexure F? You will see that it says, it's on page 145. It will say Annexure F, email of outstanding invoices. Is this the annexure you're referring the commission to, which starts on page 146?
Yes.
Is there anything on that annexure that maybe, without reading the entire document, that you would like to highlight to the commission?
Yes, I want to indicate that this is the complaint that I think came through. I think the annexures might have been put. Otherwise, I'm not sure if this is the correct annexure, because the annexure that dealt with this matter emanate as far as February the 7th. I'm not sure on my file where the company was complaining, and in any of their complaint, I think I was not, included, nor CC'd in any of the complaint that they've been raising and so forth. So I think the annexures might.
Perhaps let's do this. I have gone through your statement. I know you make reference to the email of the 7th of February, but I have not seen it. The email there that's referred to on Annexure F, it's an email that was sent in March. So what we can do, Commissioner, perhaps what we can do is that annexure is not here. Perhaps when you come back, let's put a note that you can bring that email, because the reference there, it's a different conversation on a different date. Do you accept that at least?
I accept. I have it in my file. It might have been.
Yes. No, I've also looked for it. I could not locate it.
Yes.
And then there's Annexure G that appears on page 149. And it will say outstanding invoices, list of companies. I don't invite you to read those companies, but is there anything specific that you want to draw the Commission's attention to on that list? It's a very long list.
Yes, the specific thing is that these are invoices that were outstanding from July 2024, to January 2025 of companies. I want to draw specific attention to the Commission, because this matter came on the Commission. That invoices for the entire 6 months were amounting to a total of these companies to 14 million for the entire 6 months of ad hoc services that the complaint came. And I think this is what I want to draw the attention of the Commission to, so that when we come to the email where I was writing, sensitizing them to say, but these invoices for February and March have now grown to an extent that now the company must be paid 14 million. Deal with this matter or engage the sister department. It was taken that I was influencing someone to go and seek money and all those kind of things. But I was just trying to indicate to say, I mean, my division gave me the spreadsheet to say invoices for July to December. This is the spreadsheet as and when they were processed. Then January, February, March comes invoices for January and February with a total change figure of one invoice, I mean, amounting to 14 million. It is within my responsibilities to alert them to say, this has grown so much, investigate this, deal with this matter.
Perhaps just for clarity, can you just reconcile this for me? On page 150, right on top it says recon for Watchman Services, Water and Sanitation. And then it gives the dates, and then after that it says Asset Protection Unit, TMPD, and then it says January Security Service ad hoc. So the document on 150 mentions both Watchman Services and ad hoc. Can you just reconcile that for us?
Yes, these were ad hoc services that were deployed by the division Assets and Protection for 3 companies: Triotic Protection Services, Mogalagadi Security Services, which for 2 companies it amounted to
yes, so
2.8.
What I just need clarity on, Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner?
Yes.
The clarity I need is on top when it mentions Watchman Services. So we should take, this is strictly for ad hoc. Is
Yes.
that what you're conveying to us?
Yes, it's
That's all
strictly
I
for
need.
ad hoc.
Okay, then I'll
Yes.
note that. All right. Can we then go to the last annexure that we make reference to at page 42? That one appears on page 152.
Yes.
Now, this is annexure H. It says management group WhatsApp communication, non-payment of service providers. And it goes on, the actual content is on page 153. Is there anything that you need to highlight on those WhatsApp chats? And while doing that, can you just explain what is the EMM information group?
The EMM is an executive management group that we have for the chief of police and his deputy chief. So I'm saying, I was just demonstrating to say I do receive such complaint. That was not a peculiar complaint that I received to deal with those outstanding invoices for July to December. There was a complaint prior to me receiving that request from the CFO that came, to the chief and asked to say, these companies were not paid, can they be attended to? So it's not, because as I indicated earlier on the structure, to say they don't come to me, they go, when invoices come, they go to accounts payable. That's where we have admins, senior admins, and so forth. They have a functional head, a deputy director who deals with them. I wouldn't be aware if there were outstanding invoices until of recent, where the city have established the UIFW workstream meetings and the circular 113, where these things get reported, where I attend to.
Thank you, Commissioner. Can you then go back to your statement? I want you to pick it up from when you look at the top red number, the top right with the red number. It will be page 9.
Yes.
Before you do that, in that page 8, at paragraph 41 and 42, where you refer to requests from the chief financial officer.
Yes.
Those requests were directed to you.
The chief financial officer called me while he was with Sergeant Nkosi on the 4th of March. requesting me to say there are outstanding invoices that Mr. Mpofu can't get it right in ensuring that they are being paid, and the companies are threatening to go to court.
Okay.
Can I intervene and assist in that regard?
Okay, so it was a telephone call between you and the Chief Financial Officer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Msiki.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. Can you then, so we'll deal with those chats later on. Can we then go to the next page? Then that will be page 9.
Okay. I just want to indicate that it is a common practice that such matters will be brought to my office for intervention and not, to influence payment or whatsoever in that regard. I wish to refute the impression which is created that I am involved in the business of influencing or facilitating payment. The statement is not true, and I say this because I am the divisional head, support and administration. I think I've explained around accounts payable, what are their functions and so forth. And it enjoins us to comply with strict time limit and to pay invoices within 30 days of the invoice date. That's what my communication on financial matters is mistakenly inferred to as having an influence when in actual fact it is sacrosanct to my daily work as the Deputy Chief Support and Administration. It cannot be said that I am influencing anyone when my position and my work is centered around managing the financial business side of the department. I attach here on the organogram and demonstrate that I am the relevant and competent person who holds the office that address the finances as alluded in Annex D organogram.
Deputy Commissioner, you make reference to that Annexure I. Do you want to say anything about that TMPD organogram, or can we pass?
We
it
can
appears
pass.
On 155.
We can pass, Commissioner. I think I've indicated the most pertinent matters around finance, accounts payable, the contract management, and so forth, so that when we come to those things, I can explain them.
Okay, maybe then before you move on, Commissioner, the very first sentence on paragraph 43, would it not be correct, though, to say that you are involved in the business of facilitating payments in one way or the other as part of your duties?
I am involved, Commissioner, but I'm not influencing this person. I only come as an intervention when there are complaints that are raised through to my office.
So at least on that sentence, can we then divorce influencing and keep facilitating? Are you happy with that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can I just to clarify my confusion? So you say you get involved because the CFO calls you.
Yes.
About this, and that's how you become involved.
Yes.
Can you then just explain the annexures, how then they come into the picture? The annexures in 146, I think that's annexure F, and then you've given us G, you've also given us H. How that relates, if at all, to the CFO calling you to assist with payments? Because the way that I had read it was that your annexures F, G, H are what comes out of the CFO's request to you to assist him, and that is evidence of it, those annexures. So if you can just explain them, because it doesn't seem like they're in any way related.
Okay, cool. On Annexure, Commissioner, on Annexure G, it was the spreadsheet of all the outstanding invoices for starting July 24 up until December. I was just attaching them to say this is the request that emanated from the request from the monies that were owed from the CFO for those companies for a period of 6 months. And on the annexure H, I was just demonstrating to say these are the requests, they do come. It's not something, I mean, out of the equation that I've done when I was helping with the payment when the CFO, I mean, said the companies were not paid. I was just demonstrating with the communication from the management WhatsApp group on Annexure G.
Okay, so,
to say-
so Annexure G has nothing to do with the CFO's
No, it
request
has got
that you are
nothing to do with the
discussing.
CFO. I was just emphasizing to say, as the divisional head, I do get this request to intervene if payments were not done or companies are complaining.
Okay, and what about Annexure F?
The-
What is Annexure
The Annexure F, as the evidence leader indicated, it was a trail of email that I wanted to demonstrate that this complaint came from February. I was never included on the emails. I mean, there were people who were included in those emails, I think, who are within the department and never acted on that. I just wanted to demonstrate to say, I only became aware when I was called by the CFO to say there are outstanding invoices within the department.
Okay, so but they have nothing to do with the call from the CFO?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Perhaps just to seek further clarity. Remember you had testified earlier on that when you met with Hwadi, Mahlangu, and Mbofu, and they raised the issues of non-payments,
Yes.
you then ultimately referred them to the CFO's office
Yes.
to deal with this.
Yes.
Then is it your evidence that later on then the CFO reverted to you with the same problem to say you must deal with it? I'm just trying to understand the chain of events. So remember that this meeting with the
Yes.
tree was in March.
Yes.
So the requests from the CFO, when would those have been?
It came before the request of the meeting. After we have resolved their payment for 6 months, they then later on requested a meeting to deal with the outstanding invoices for May that I indicated to say it will amount to a post facto thing.
Okay. I think we have to then move to paragraph 45 on page 9.
Whether I have influenced or directed the allocation of work by the City of Tshwane or the Tshwane Metro Police Department to any of the service providers, including that to Gubis 85 Solution. My subordinate section in the Support and Administration Division include Administration Bureau, Policing Logistics Support, Internal Affairs, Management Administration Support, and Ceremonial and Employee Wellness. As I attach there, the security falls under Deputy Chief Assets Protection and Security Services. The deployment of security guards to various sites is the responsibility of the Deputy Chief concerned. I could have not influenced or directed the allocation of work to any service provider. Otherwise, the statement suggests that I had swayed the Deputy Chief APS or his subordinates to bend the rules, and I deny the narrative is incorrect.
Deputy Chief,
Yes. Yeah.
it seems to me that you are answering this question on the assumption that everything would have been happening the way it should. I think the subtext of what's being addressed here or asked here is, or rather concerns impropriety. So can you answer the question in the context of that? Because somebody acting improperly would exactly have wanted to do things in a manner that would not come to the attention of, for example, in this instance, the Deputy Chief APSS.
Thanks,
Now, you are talking as if everything was going the way it should. Maybe it was, but the subtext is that it was not. So can you answer the question in that context?
Thanks, Commissioner. It does happen, as I'm saying. There's no way I will give an instruction to someone who's not my subordinate to do anything. For instance, yes, there were things that I'm protecting Piri. I will deal with that. I've never worked with Piri. I don't know him, which intake does he belongs to. I can't, even if I could have met him, I couldn't point to say this is Piri or whatsoever the case it might be. Things, commissioners, are happening as per structure in terms of, deployment and so forth. Yes, there are anomalies that happened, but I have never influenced, the deployment of any other, security company or any other person within the department.
Thank you. Let's take the adjournment and resume at 5 to 11. Let's adjourn. Yes, Mr. Musigidi.
Thank you, Chair. Deputy Commissioner Lamini, can we then pick it up from paragraph 49 on page 10?
Explain my involvement in the payment of Gubis 85 solution, in particular in respect of ad hoc security services, in respect of tender TMPD 2 2016-17. I was requested by the CFO to assist in resolving outstanding payment of Gubis 85 and the others. I then inquired within my section and discovered that indeed there were outstanding invoices for a period of 6 months. The outstanding payment were not only Gubis 85, it included other service providers which were also not paid. Annexure G, Annexure F emails of ad hoc that I've attached.
Yeah, we already visited
Yes.
those annexures, so perhaps let's proceed to paragraph 50.
Deputy Commissioner, we've had the name, I think it's a director, Wandule.
Yes.
Something. Where does it fit in when you are assisting with this in terms of structure? Is he in your office? Is he in your unit? Just explain where he fits in.
Director Nandule is my subordinate. He reports to me. He's responsible for finance.